Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to Tony the Technician channel, and today we're going into Tool Talk episode 2. So if you guys haven't watched Tool Talk episode 1, go ahead and check it out. It's actually a series that I started about 5 or 6 years ago where I just kind of discussed tools, my thoughts. Like the first episode was on organization versus space and how you try and kind of accommodate both so you have the best organization that you can while also saving yourself some space so you don't end up having to buy a bigger toolbox or another toolbox or anything like that. And today we're going to be going over my ratchets. So I have a wide range of ratchets, going from cheaper stuff to, top of the line snap-on ones. So we're going to go over everything that I have here at the house, and I really hope you guys enjoy. So I'm just going to share my thoughts with you, and that is buy what you can afford. Get the best that you can afford without breaking the bank. There's no, especially if you're not a daily mechanic, don't go out and spend your entire paycheck on a couple ratchets if you don't absolutely think you have to. Now, don't get me wrong, I know there's a lot of professionals out there that are using Harbor Freight stuff, and I know there's a lot of DIYers and weekend warriors out there using Snap-on and Matco and Mac and Cornwell and all of that. So it kind of goes both ways. It's all in your personal preference, how you prefer your warranty process. That's a big thing. Obviously for mechanics, it's really easy for the tool truck stuff. But then again, a lot of people enjoy how easy it is to replace a warranty item through Harbor Freight. But if you don't have access to either one of those, or maybe you prefer a different brand, like Tecton has an amazing warranty online, whether you're a mechanic full-time or a weekend warrior, you can get the item sent to you extremely fast. And then you have to be careful when you get into some of those other brands that the warranty isn't as easy. So that's where you need to determine, are you somebody that does so much work you believe there is a pretty good possibility that you may break that tool and you may need to get it warrantied, and you can't be waiting a week or two or fighting with somebody over whether you have a receipt or not to warranty that tool, or along those lines. So warranty is definitely not just something that you keep in mind when buying a tool because you want a tool with a warranty. Almost all tools nowadays have a warranty or a lifetime warranty. It's whether or not the company selling that tool is going to honor that warranty, or what that warranty process actually is. Is it a headache? Is it even worth getting the tool if the warranty process is just ridiculous? For one, I personally am not holding on to a receipt for more than a week. Let's be realistic. And if I do have it, I almost guarantee you can't even read it anymore. So I think warranties like that are just ridiculous nowadays. I mean, there's a lot better ways to go about it. So that's just one big thing. And that doesn't just go for ratchets, that's tools in general. So let's move right along. Like I was saying, not all work requires the very best tools. So even if you're a mechanic, technician that works day in and day out, there are tools that you use daily, and then there's tools that you have that are a once in a while tool, and then there's a tool that you have in there that you might use a handful of times a year. Those daily tools, that's something you're going to decide whether or not you want to go cheaper and maybe possibly have to deal with that warranty at Harbor Freight, which isn't a big deal. Some people don't mind that, and maybe they've had really good luck and never had to warranty a product. Or if you want to go with the more expensive. And then when you get into those items that are every so often tool, that's when you decide, how often do I use it? How important of a tool is it? Is it something that I'm going to, even though I only use 5 times a month, is it something that I'm going to need to last a lifetime? Or is it something that, if I get 5 years out of it, I'll be perfectly happy with? Like my Wen rotary tool, had it for 7 years now, $25. If that thing blew out on me right now, I'd just buy a whole nother. I'd probably buy 2 of them just for fun, because it's been really good to me. It's something that I probably use maybe 20 times a year, but it's done very well and I'm very pleased with it. So it's determining, how you personally feel about buying tools. Are you okay with buying cheaper tools and possibly worrying about warranty? But then again, in today's market, there are so many different tool brands out there that have amazing warranties. There's so many different tool brands out there that offer a wide variety of tools. It's not like it was 5-10 years ago where you only had a handful companies that sold specific tools. So it's really nice that we have so much available to us, and then you kind of get to select exactly where along the lines you want to go. Do you want to go a high end, low end? Do you want to find that tool? Where I personally try to fall is, the price here, quality here. It might not be top of the line, but it's also not bottom dollar stuff. I am out here looking for the best tools for the best price and something with a fantastic, easy warranty. So we're going to go ahead and go over my ratchets. I'll share some of the information. I'll just give you a quick look of some of them. And I'll also have the tools and tools continued link down in the description for you guys, which will include a lot of these tools. If they're not in there, I have the Tecton website, the Capri website, which both offer good tools as well. But today, we're going to be specifically looking at some of my ratchets, and I really hope you guys enjoy. And also keep in mind that it's not just price and warranty that you think about when buying a ratchet or a tool in general, but also how the tool feels. Because even though I'm extremely happy with Tecton and Gearwrench, like the 120 XPs and the 92s, they feel really good. Some people just prefer, even if you're a DIY or weekend warrior, if you get to use a snap-on ratchet or maybe a Japan-made ratchet, some of those brands, when you feel how smoothly those tools operate, it might be something you prefer. So even though you're a weekend warrior DIYer and somebody's like, why would you spend $200 on a ratchet when you use it 2 times a month? It could be personal preference. If you have the money for it and you really enjoy how that tool feels and operates, more power to you. Go about it however you want, as long as it works best for you. So let's go ahead and I'll share with you the ratchets that I have here at home. So the first drawer in my Husky toolbox, we have the Gearwrench 120 XP. This is a 3-piece set. Keep in mind that it is definitely cheaper to buy these ratchets in a set than it would be to buy them individually. And that goes for most tool companies, but not always. But I'm almost positive when it comes to the Gearwrench 120 XPs and even their 92s and stuff like that, it's always best to buy them in a set. So I've had the 120 XPs are one of the first better ratchets that I've ever bought. Over your just generic tools or socket set ratchet that you would get. This is one of the first ones that I got, and I have been extremely happy with them. They are a dual pawl, so the main gear actually only has 60 teeth, but it's got dual stack pawls, which allow the teeth or the pawls to alternate engaging the 60 tooth gear, which allows for a very low arc swing of 3 degrees, and it operates extremely smoothly. You can hear the pawls alternating. It's about time to clean this. This one's starting to get some debris buildup and stuff. I like to clean mine at least a couple times a year. These have been a little while, but they've held up very well. You can see the 120 XP on there, the 3 degree on the reverse lever, and it operates very smoothly. So about standard length as far as this set. This is not the flex head version or anything like that. This is just their standard 3-piece of all 3 drive sizes. And here's the 1/2-inch drive just so you can hear it. I'm not gonna lie, I've probably used this ratchet a handful of times in the last 5 years, just because when it comes to 1/2-inch drive, I'm normally going for something a little bit longer, and with the length of this, it's not exactly the longest ratchet. But the 3/8 and 1/4 inch I use all the time, and they've been fantastic. Next up, we have a set that I really haven't had all that long, and it's not really something that I use all that often. Most of the time, it's going to be the 1/4 inch, and this is the Ulsa Tools roto head ratchet or swivel head ratchet. And I believe, if I remember correctly, these are 90 teeth. This is it's hard. I haven't had the best experience with roto head ratchets. I have the Gearwrench one, and I've had one other, and I just never liked the back drag. And This definitely has more back drag than your standard ratchet, but this has a lot less than the other two brands that I've used. So I am happy with these, but I really enjoyed the roto head ratchet for working in those awkward situations up underneath dashes or up in the window, things like that. That's where these really shine, and I really enjoy them. So when it comes to this set, I don't use the 1/2 inch, and I've used the 3/8 a few times. I want to say when I was doing some transmission work, but other than that, it's primarily this 1/4 inch guy. But it comes in this nice plastic low molded case here. The Gearwrench comes in the EVA foam. I'm not sure if it still does. I've had this for probably over 6 years now. And then my most recent ratchet purchase, that being the new Tecton comfort grip ratchet that they've released in their 90 tooth design. So one of my favorite ratchets, and it's long overdue for them to release a comfort grip ratchet, so I'm really glad that they did that. Extremely smooth, semi-locking, 9 positions. They have it in quick release. I believe their comfort grips as of right now are only quick release. They have this, they only have them available in 3/8 drive right now. They will soon be releasing the comfort grips in the 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch drive, so stay tuned for that. But they have the 18 inch 3/8 drive, the 14, 15 inch semi-locking flex head, and then they have the standard length 3/8 drive comfort grip as well. But definitely one of my favorite go-to ratchets. This one I'm going to be trying to use as much as physically possible over the next couple months, so I'll be doing an update on this ratchet alone to let you guys know how it's held up and my thoughts on this new design shape of comfort grip handle. So here I have the 4-piece Gearwrench semi-locking flex head 120 XP ratchets. You get the 1/4 inch. I do like it because these are a little bit longer. They're not your standard length. So here you have your 1/4 inch, 7 different semi-locking positions, that dual pawl, and I absolutely love these. Once again, I use the 1/4 inch and 3/8 a lot. I love the length on them. I use the stubby a pretty decent amount. And then the 1/2 inch. This is one of my go-to 1/2 inch drive ratchets just because of the length that you have on it, the beefiness of it. The 120 XP is a great feature. Extremely smooth. So definitely a great ratchet here. Good length. And I've had very good experiences with the 120 XP. Then here's their newer version. This is their 90 tooth. I also have some 84 tooth versions. So this is their new orange and black. This is kind of the color that Gearwrench has decided to go with, and they have released their 90 tooth. They've had 72, 84, the 120 XP, and then they came back and put the 90 tooth out. I'm not sure if that's because a lot of people were selling 90 tooths and that's like the hot thing right now or what, but they released it. They're good ratchets. They really are. They've done a good job keeping the head slim, nice smooth body, really good design, and really good comfortable handles. The 1/2 inch drive is a little bit thicker. It's a little bit bigger of a comfort grip, but not terrible. But once again, not a whole lot of length. They're on the 1/2 inch drive one. Here you can see it compared to the 120 XP. So this isn't necessarily a 1/2 inch drive ratchet that I go to, because most of the time I'm going for something that I can really get some good leverage on. Then I have the Tecton it was a non-comfort grip. I took their 6-in-1 bit driver, and I took their flex head 3/8 drive ratchet, and I threw it in a lathe and turned it down, and I used their 6-in-1 bit screwdriver handle made in the USA, and I adapted it to this ratchet to make the Tecton's first comfort grip ratchet. I wish they would have went something more along these lines when they released theirs, but I'm still extremely happy with this. I've actually used this thing a lot, and it's very comfortable. It works very well, and once again, that's still that 90 tooth design, and this is a non-quick release. Same thing, Tecton 1/4 inch flex head, 90 tooth. And then I have the 2 snap-on ratchets here. This one is my son's, or I bought it for him the month of his birth. And then I have my FL80, which is an extremely smooth ratchet. Once again, even if you're a weekend warrior DIYer and you get to use a snap-on ratchet or a Mac ratchet or, you know, a professional brand ratchet or like a Japan-made ratchet, a lot of those are extremely smooth. You get your hands on those and use them, and you realize how much you prefer that feeling of that tool, even though it's more expensive. If you can afford it and that's what you like, don't be ashamed to get it. Also, don't be ashamed to have Harbor Freight tools or whatever. Use what you enjoy and what you can afford. Not everybody needs top of the line tools for every job. And then here really quickly is just the two Gearwrench 84 tooth ratchets that I have. Once again, I will have a lot of these tools linked down in the description underneath the tools and tools continued link. If you don't find it there, then it's either on the Tecton website, Capri website, and if it's Gearwrench product, just search for it on Amazon if for some reason it's not on the tools link. But I do love the length of these. This is their locking flex head. That's why I got these. The 84 tooth isn't as popular, but I've had good experiences with it, and I just really like to have a locking flex head here at home. So this is what I have here as far as a locking flex head. You have a lot more positions than the semi-locking flex heads. It's still a smooth ratchet, nice slim design and good length, and you get it in both 1/4 inch and 3/8. So let's go ahead and move over to the Matco box. As far as the tools over here, I have the Tecton 3/8 drive extra long ratchet, and this thing's fantastic. They also have this in 1/2 inch drive, which is a little bit longer than this, but they're priced very well. Also keep in mind that the Tecton website has their 10% in rewards, so whatever you buy on their website, you get 10% in rewards for the next time you make a purchase or whenever you want to use that. So anytime I purchase something, the next time around, I usually pick up a crow's foot, one of their USA made tools, and get a discount with the rewards money that I have. But definitely a good leverage 3/8 drive ratchet there. Here is their non-comfort grip version of the comfort grip that you saw earlier. Same exact ratchet, same length, same thing, just minus the comfort grip. So this is definitely one of my go-tos. And then here is a ratchet that I've literally never seen anywhere else, and for the life of me, I cannot even remember where I got it from. It's a 1/4 inch. It's extremely small. I'll show you another 1/4 inch. So here's like the Gearwrench semi-locking flex head 1/4 inch. Here's the snap-on. These are both a little bit longer, and this isn't necessarily the shortest 1/4 inch wrench that I have, but the head on it is by far the smallest head I have, and I have no idea where I got it from. I think if I remember correctly, I had to do a lot of research, and I think it's a King Dick ratchet. There's no marking, no serial number, no part number, nothing. There's no indication whatsoever anywhere on this ratchet of the brand or anything. So you got a small little reverse lever there, a little quick release, and it works really well. It's just extremely compact head ratchet. So I'm actually really glad I have this thing. And then I also have the low profile Gearwrench 90 tooth ratchets. So a little stubby 3/8 and the standard length 3/8, but they've basically slimmed down the head here. You can see the standard 90 tooth head to the compact. And then I have the Gearwrench roto head ratchet. A lot. It's just I don't know where my 1/4 inch version went, but I can't find it anymore. I really don't care because like these things have so much back drag. It's just ridiculous. I know somebody has mentioned on how to possibly solve that, but now that I have the Ulsa ones, like I'm not even worried about it. I just don't really care to use this. Then I have the Carlisle, which I believe this is like a 36 tooth. It's a very low tooth count ratchet, but working on the race car, we used a lot of Carlisle, and I've had very good experience with Carlisle tools. So it's possibly a brand that not a lot of people think of, but is fantastic whether you're a DIYer or a professional. They make some very good tools, especially if you can find them on sale. Another Tecton 1/4 inch ratchet. This is just their standard length, non-flex head, non-quick release. And then another Carlisle 1/4 inch, it's been used. It's very soft. It's definitely well broken in. One of my go-to 1/4 inch ratchets. It's survived a very long time and some pretty rough abuse, so definitely something I'll keep around for a really long time. But now that I have so many other ratchets, I don't necessarily use this one all that often. I'm sure I'm missing a few here and there, but that's it as far as my ratchets. Just keep in mind that when you're looking at ratchets, it's not just about having the best tools or trying to impress others. Just worry about yourself, buy what you can afford, don't put yourself in debt, get the best that you can for the best price, and don't ever forget about that warranty. Not just if the tool has a warranty, but what that warranty process looks like. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit that thumbs up, leave a comment down below of your guys' thoughts, and as always, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. See you guys next time.